What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, successors? Welcome to another episode of Speak Your Success. I'm your host, Jonathan Jones, and we got a great show for you tonight. It's Thursday, March 20th, 2025, and tonight is Thursday Night Showdown. Producer Britt is taking a break tonight, but that's all right because we're still going to get into it, all right? So look, y'all, first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and dive into what I saw scrolling, all right? So since producer Britt isn't here tonight, then I'm going to share with y'all a little bit about what I saw while I was scrolling. Because what we typically do on Thursday Night Showdown, we typically go head to head and we debate a particular topic or a particular thing. But tonight, we're going to come at it from a slightly different angle. So now, as we go ahead and dive in, I want to go show you. Earlier this week, we were talking a little bit about Stephon Marbury, right? And I was just talking about just the iconic brand he's built with knowing the Starberry brand, right? So here it's reported via Boardroom that Stephon Marbury is reviving his affordable Starberry sneaker brand. And the reason why this is important, y'all, this initially happened 20 years ago. Okay, 20 years ago since Stephon Marbury initially started this particular brand. And this is wild, okay? Wild for him now to be bringing this back. But if you haven't followed Stephon Marbury or you're not familiar with him, in China, he has rebuilt his whole career, right? From going out there after playing with the Timberwolves, after playing with teams like the Nets, after playing with the New York Knicks. Then he went out to China and then basically rebuilt and restarted his whole career. And they love him in China. So now hearing about this and with the brand, as it says, look, the brand initially launched in 2006 and the shoes were just $15 a pair. $15 a pair. That sounds crazy in 2025. But it disrupted the market and it just talks about just due to the cuts and everything that's happening, it shaped a legendary run in China to rebuild the brand a stronger foundation. So kudos to Stephon Marbury, really doing it up, really living it up, and really like killing the game at an all-time high. All right, so shout out to Stephon Marbury, really doing it, really winning at the highest level. Next, I want to talk about, this is a little bit more sadder news, right? And we love Abbott Elementary, we love Quinta Brunson, and y'all know we're not messy on Speak Your Success, right? We're not messy over here. That's not what we do. But it says that Abbott star filed for a divorce with her husband. It shares that after 3 years of them being married, this was due to irreconcilable differences, right? I'm not gonna get all in their business. We don't want to be all in their business, but y'all just divorce is always something difficult to hear, to see, and everything like that. So we just gonna keep them in our prayers, pray all is well, and then just pray as they continue to get it together or move on that they're able both to find happiness somewhere, right? Able to find it somewhere. And then lastly, y'all know it's March Madness, right? 2 days ago, right, last Tuesday, when producer Britt was giving her breakdown on about 11 different ways that you probably didn't know that you could use an iPhone. If you haven't caught that episode, I'm gonna suggest you go back and check it out. But we were talking about the McNeese State student manager of their basketball team. They were able to, he's been getting NIL deals and everything like this, but their head coach, Will Wade, recently it's been put out that he is now signed as the new head coach of NC State. So now this is a little clip of the press conference. So I'm gonna share this with y'all and then we'll come back after that.
Talk about your kind of emotions for the last 24 hours.
I mean, I've been focused on the game. I mean, they'll tell you. I mean, I've been on one about the game. I mean, so whatever else is happening, that's of no distraction to us. I know everybody else. I mean, thinks that there's distractions and stuff. We operate the same way all the time, and so we hadn't operated any differently. The walkthrough hadn't been. I mean, nothing's been any different. So, I mean, there hadn't been a lot of emotion. It's been narrow focus The bigger the game, the narrower your focus, and it's been absolute narrow focus on winning our first NCAA tournament game at McNeese State and continuing to change.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in here. And kudos to the coach. Great opportunity. Every coach that gets into coaching, they start at one level, and then, of course, when you get the opportunity to go to another level and you get the opportunity to excel, of course you're gonna take that. But we gotta be honest. We gotta stop the politics for me. It's the politics for me. When do we get to a point to where we can actually be honest and like, bro, yes, you signing as a head coach, you are a distraction at this point. You signing to another, I was telling producer Britt this the other day. I was like, why do they announce this in the middle of the tournament? I don't care what team you're on. I don't care what side you're on. When you announce something like this in the middle of the tournament, if you know your coach is leaving, that takes out some of the fight for you. I don't care what team you're on. If you're like, man, I run through a brick wall for my coach. Man, I'm down for my coach. And then you look up and you see my coach is no longer my coach because he's signed to a different team. Like, come on, coach. We got to be honest, man. We got to be honest. I mean, I know it's March Madness. I know everybody going crazy, everything going crazy, but let's just be honest, man. Let's just be honest. All right, so that's really gonna wrap it up for what I saw scrolling today. Like I said, producer Britt, typically y'all know she always covers what I saw scrolling, but tonight I'm covering it, and that was brief, it was short, it was sweet, it was to the point. We're about to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, Thursday Night Showdown is about to be Transparent Thursday, so I'll see y'all in a minute. Looking for an exciting workout that's not only fun but makes you feel alive? It's time to step up your fitness. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese, that's your answer. This isn't your typical workout. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese is an energizing step workout that combines simple moves with fresh beats, both old and new, creating an atmosphere that makes fitness exciting. With a focus on all elements of fitness, cardio, muscular conditioning, flexibility, and balance, you're guaranteed to burn calories and get addicted to the energy. Extreme becomes your safe space, which is a welcome environment where everyone is accepted. It's where you can let go of those worries of the world and focus on getting healthy. Ready to get energized? Join Extreme Hip Hop with Treese today. All right. Welcome back to Speak Your Success. Y'all, today is going to be Transparent Thursday, right? As I was preparing for the show tonight, and I was just thinking about what am I going to talk about? Which way do I want to take the conversation? The biggest focus for me was just thinking about where I am right now. And you may or may not know this, but I'm currently working full-time at a local church here in Dallas, Texas, at Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. I'm working in the media department, so helping them produce service and put together service and work like the audio boards and all this other stuff, right? But even while I'm there, I still have desire to blow up and build up this media company as I've shared before, right? Speak Your Success Media. And what's been happening over the past few weeks is we signed a couple of contracts, right? We've got a few clients, working with them, doing some videography for them, shooting and creating content for them. But every once in a while, I feel a little stuck. And if you out there and if you feel me, just feel free to drop something in the comments. Let me know I'm not the only one. But like, if I'm not careful, depending on the day, I'll be like, it's like, just like Drake says, somewhere between I want it and I got it, because I have the vision for where I want to go, right? I have aspirations for where I want to go, what I want to do. But at the same time, day by day, I look up and I'm like, man, I'm stuck right where I'm at, right? I'm stuck. I feel like I'm not moving. I feel like I'm lethargic. I feel like I'm not growing, and I feel like I'm stagnant. So what I want to share with you all today is you might be asking, John, well, what are you doing, right? What do you do when you feel stuck? How do you shake this? How do you shift, this level of stuck, or, how are you able to move past what you're going through and what you're feeling right now? Well, y'all, the fact of the matter is this. I have my books because I was preparing, but I was walking around carrying these books around with me all day. But what I said I'm going to do, the first thing I had to do, I had to call my homeboy. I had to call my best friend, Mahari, to Kai. And I talked on the phone with Mahari, and I'm like, Mahari, bro, Like, as I'm sitting around looking at some of these people in front of me at my job, I see these people are so talented. But I feel like some of these people made a decision to just stay where they're at, right? Some of these people, they're really talented, but I feel like their talents are in a position to where they're like rotting and cooking away. They're just withering away. So the thing that he told me was, he said, John, for you to still have the level of awareness that you have to be where you're at, but know that you still want to do more, you're in a good place, right? So after talking with him, then the next thing I thought was, oh man, with me wanting to grow this company and with me wanting to really move this company forward, what else can I do? The first thing for me was I made a decision to go all in on YouTube. I don't have my books with me, like I said before, but the YouTube Formula is a book that I've bought, and that book sat right over there on my bookshelf, and it picked up dust. It picked up dust. I wiped it off. I moved it somewhere else, and it picked up more dust. But it's time for me to bust that thing open, right? So the YouTube Formula, I picked it up today, and I started reading it, right? Because for me to move forward, I appreciate a challenge in my business, but at the same time, I need to always be learning. ABL, always be learning, right? So I got that book that's been sitting over there for at least a year. Then after that, I was like, man, I want to shift and I want to change some things. So the pivot, right? I want to shift and I want to change some things. I'm like, what can I change and what can I shift? Because y'all who've been following the show, y'all have seen the show, you've seen the quality of the show, you've seen we increase the quality of the show, and then you may even see sometimes that my quality wavers a little bit. And I've been trying to figure it out. I had AT&T Wireless, I had Spectrum. I'm trading out these different companies and trying to figure it out. I'm hardwiring to the wall and all this stuff. But then the next thing for me was, well, maybe I need to switch my software, right? The pivot. So for you, where you are right now, maybe it's you need to pivot. Need to have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself, right? Like I said before, I talked to my homeboy. I'm like, hey, what am I doing wrong? Like, what's happening? He like, John, you're not doing nothing wrong. You're where you're supposed to be. And I'm like, man, it don't feel like that all the time. Then the second part, like I said, I had to go back and I had to pivot by looking at resources that I had and I never utilized. Y'all know, like I do, there are some resources that we have around us that we have not tapped into because why? Because we haven't made the decision and haven't made it a priority. I'm talking to myself. This Transparent Thursday, I'm talking to myself, right? And knowing and understanding that this is something that potentially, I've been my own roadblock. And then the third thing is, I gotta get back to shifting that perspective. Y'all, and I'm gonna share a quick clip because I was watching Kev on stage, and he shared this on the Breakfast Club. This is a quick clip, but I want to share it with you all. Then we're gonna come back right after this.
Made a plan. I went and got a job. That's how I got the job at Boeing. Worked on my craft, worked my job, then didn't stand up at night. Nate's became Thursdays, and I would do a show on Thursday, and then somebody else on Friday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now comedy's paying for a bill here and there. First it was just gum, then gas, then the cell phone bill, then the electric bill. So then when the internet came in, and Awesomeness TV offered me a contract to write, direct, produce, shoot, and edit my kids' videos, now comedy became income.
There we go. There we go. So look, that audio you all just heard, that was Kev on stage, and he was talking about where he was. And earlier in the clip, he talked about how him working with his wife, he'll tell her, hey, let's go all in. Let's just sell the house. Let's let it go into foreclosure, and let's just move on. And his wife says, well, maybe we should, think about how we can actually put the house up for rent. So that way, we still have it. We're still getting a little bit of money. And he's like, oh, that's a good idea. But ultimately, getting to him talking to the part in the clip to where he realized that having the job is something that you can leverage for the passion until the passion supersedes the pay at your job. And that's where I'm at right now. That's really where I'm at right now because I enjoy my job for the most part, for most days. I keep a good attitude. But at the same time, I feel like my job potentially is robbing me of hours and of time that I could be putting into my business. But this is the part where the rubber meets the road. But what if? But what if I got to the point into the place to where I say, if I can continue to build this brand and build this business while I'm also still working my job, then when the time comes, just like Kev was sharing, it's easier for me to walk away, for me to transition, not missing a beat. So, man, it's that perspective shift for me. So I just wanted to share that with you on this Transparent Thursday because I know where some of us might be. You feel like you have a gift. You feel that you're not being seen. You feel you're not being heard. You're like, what about me? When is it going to be my time? When are people going to see me? When are people going to hear from me? When are people going to be willing to do business with me? Your time might be around the corner, my friend, but you just want to make sure that you're prepared for it when it actually comes. We're about to take a quick break. If you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe down below. But we're coming back with more Speak Your Success. Do you want to feel confident in your skin every day? Introducing Skin Rituals, a luxury home-based skin studio that specializes in hyperpigmentation, acne, and personalized treatments for every skin type. Owned by solo esthetician and registered nurse Courtney Durham, Skin Rituals is all about curating facial treatments designed just for you. Hydrate, brighten, nourish, and soothe your skin with expert care and cutting-edge techniques that promote natural healing. Whether you're looking for a relaxing facial or a transformative chemical peel, Skin Rituals offers results-driven treatment tailored to your needs. With over 7 years of experience, Courtney's goal is to help you safely achieve the healthy skin that you deserve. At Skin Rituals, we believe that taking care of your skin is an investment in your confidence. Book your appointment today and leave every session feeling grateful for the choice that you made to take care of yourself. Skin Rituals, because your skin deserves the very best.
Made a plan. I went and got a job. That's how I got the job at Boeing. Worked on my craft, worked my job, then didn't stand up at night. Nate's became Thursdays, and I would do a show on Thursday, and then somebody else on Friday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now comedy's paying for a bill here and there. First it was just gum, then gas, then the cell phone bill, then the electric bill. So then when the internet came in and Awesomeness TV offered me a contract to write, direct, produce, shoot, and edit my kids' videos, now comedy became income.